You just hit level 80 in Guild Wars 2, and instead of feeling like you beat the game, it feels like the game just exploded. There's new maps, new currencies, new gear tiers, fractals, raids, masteries, and nobody tells you what you're supposed to do next. So most players do one of two things. They either try to do everything at once, or they just log off. If you just hit level 80 and you're not sure where to go, this video is going to give you a simple, stress-free roadmap. No pressure, no grind panicking, just a little bit of clarity to help ease your mind. The truth about level 80. Level 80 is not the end of Guild Wars 2. It's the point where the game stops pushing you and starts trusting you to make your own decisions. Other MMOs give you that gear treadmill. Guild Wars 2 gives you options, and options without direction can feel very overwhelming. So the key after level 80 is not, oh hey, I'm gonna do everything. No, it's choose a lane and follow that direction, or follow the way your heart leads you to the most. Step 1. Stabilize your gear, but please don't obsess over it. First thing people panic about is their gear. They just hit level 80, they want to get the best gear imaginable. Just take it a little slow. There's ascended gear, there's legendary gear, there's infusions, there's weird stat combinations. There's a lot to it. But don't obsess too much over it. Let's simplify it a bit. Your only real goal early on is get a full exotic set with the correct stats for your build. That's it. Me personally, I had a full set for the longest amount of time. For years before I even started getting ascended. Mostly because I was focused on other things. But that's it. Exotic gear is viable for almost everything except high tier fractals. You're not falling behind. You don't need perfect gear. You just need functional gear. And that is easy to get in this game. Step 2. Unlock your elite specialization. If you haven't fully unlocked your elite specialization yet, this becomes priority 1. Typically, you need to level up your skills in order to actually get certain specializations that you may be wanting. These specializations unlock at level 80, but by the time you reach level 80, I know for myself, it took a bit, but I've earned a lot of skill points during leveling, so you will get to the point where you can unlock them. But this is where your profession actually comes alive. This is where your build makes sense. This is where your damage increases. Don't rush it though. Do your hero point training. Explore the expansion maps, just unlock it gradually just from playing and exploring. Your character should feel stronger after this step alone. Step 3. Pick one content path. This is where most players get stuck a lot. Guild Wars 2 Endgame has open world meta events, fractals, raids, player versus player, world v world, legendary crafting along with just crafting, achievement hunting. There's a lot to really do in this game. I didn't mention the whole fashion wars part of this game, but it exists as well, trying to collect all the cool outfits. You're not meant to do all of this at once. Pick one. Just one. If you like casual group PvE, start doing some fractals. If you like some cinematic boss fights, try raiding. If you like large-scale chaos, there's World v World. The goal isn't mastery. The goal is comfort and finding your groove inside of this game. Step 4. Understand your role. At level 80, success becomes less about random button pushing and more about clarity. Ask yourself, am I damage? Am I support? Am I hybrid? A little bit of both. Once you know your role, everything gets easier. Your gear choices become a lot easier. Your trait choices. the content choices in which you want to do. All of this just becomes so much more transparent and open right before your very eyes. And this is where your previous knowledge of builds, your stats, your boons, how the traits work, all of it finally connects. And this is where it begins to really click inside of your head of, hey, you know what you're doing now. Step 5, start small, but build confidence. You don't need to jump into a tier 4 fractal. You don't need to start with raids. You don't need optimized rotations. You'd be playing the game enough. You'd figure out what abilities or what rotations you feel comfortable doing or how you're going to play your character already. You've already started in that small section, but now you need to build upon that and feel a lot more confident in your gameplay. So start small into these things. Start with the tier 1 fractals. Start with doing quick play and raids, or even just asking to do some entry level ones with other people. Start doing the open world metas and just seeing how other people play the game itself. Let the mechanics teach you gradually. You've already been learning gradually with the game. Don't try to just jump off the deep end with these things. You've been learning it all slowly. Don't just try to go to the end of the book now. All of this compounds with one another, and your confidence is one of those things that has been slowly building as you've been leveling up this entire time. So don't get too full of yourself now and jump off the deep end thinking, oh, I've been playing this game for a while now. I think I've got this, only to get thrown back into the deep end and wondering where it all went wrong. Step 6, long term goals. Optional, not urgent. This is where players burn out. They see ascended gear and they want a full set of it without even understanding what it takes to get that ascended gear. Legendary weapons, they are super excited seeing them all run around from other people, but they don't look at exactly how much time and effort it takes to get the legendary weapons. On top of that, they open up the auction house and they see these things are thousands of gold. I don't have thousands of gold. How am I going to actually get this? It's a long term goal. It's not urgent, but it's something you can work towards. Same thing with the collection achievements. These achievements will take you from one side of the map to the other to doing fractals. They could take you everywhere in the entire game. And then mastery tracks. These take quite a bit of time, especially if you're someone who wants to 100% them, so you can get every buff and bonus that the game has to offer. But it takes time. Some of the mastery tracks, they ended up making only a certain amount of mastery points to where you almost have to get every single one. While some of them, there's a lot of extra ones that you don't have to worry too much about completing the entire thing. But everyone ends up saying, I need all of this. I need the ascended gear, the legendary weapons. I need to have the most amount of achievement points. I want to look the best. I want to be the best. I want to be the it man. You don't. These are long term goals, things that take weeks, months, even years to obtain. It took me about a decade of playing the game to finally earn my first legendary weapon. While there was a lot of inconsistencies of my time playing, as well as I ended up putting a lot of it on the back burner for quite a few years because I had other goals in mind of things I wanted to achieve. But I finally got my legendary weapon and it took a long time. But it was so satisfying whenever I actually achieved that goal. Guild Wars 2 rewards consistency, not urgency. And whenever you finally achieve any of these long term goals, it is very gratifying. This is the most important part. This is where your mindset begins to shift completely when you're playing the game. Level 80 isn't about chasing power spikes. It's about choosing the experiences you want to live in on this game. You're not grinding for relevance, you're building mastery. You're creating fun, memorable moments. That's a completely different mindset than most MMOs. And once you adopt that mindset, the game feels calm, intentional, rewarding, a fun time to just spend your day off playing a game and talking with some people or just grinding the game itself with the things that you want to do. In all, if you just hit level 80, please don't panic. Don't rush. Don't compare yourself to these veterans who have been playing this game for years upon years, who have amassed quite the collection of doohickeys and thingamabobs. Focus on yourself, on stabilizing your gear, maximizing your class's potential. Pick one path and stick with it. Start small. Guild Wars 2 isn't a sprint. It's a sandbox MMO at its heart. And now that you're level 80, you finally get to choose how you want to play it. And because of that, Guild Wars 2 doesn't tell you what to chase. It gives you the freedom to choose. And that freedom right there is where your journey begins, my friend.
Perhaps the extractor caused
Hello? Hello? Commander? Over here.
Yeah. Now I can jump.
Kay, where are we? Shh. They're talking.
They're not just mortals. They're my friends. They're your flock. The shepherd watches and protects, but she does so in solitude.